Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to CW Iowa Live, and it is time to indulge once again. We are in the Wood Harbor kitchen, of course, and you know what they always say, folks, nobody doesn't like Sara Lee, and that's exactly what we are going to do here today because we are going to be talking grilled cheese sandwiches, and folks, we have someone very special joining us in the Wood Harbor kitchen right now. Tess Hannipol is here, and we're going to give you some tips about something special that is going on, so a very special project that is happening. Tell us what's going on.
This month is National Grilled Cheese Month, so our food cart, Melts Without Borders.
Melt Without Borders.
Melts Without Borders specializes in melts, obviously. So we came here to kind of create some sandwiches that you can make at home or you know, want to get adventurous, have a grilled cheese party at your house.
What is the fascination with melts? Because it seems like in the past decade or so, the popularity has just increased exponentially.
Well, it's a comfort food, you know, and it's something that everyone likes. You can appease a little kid with just, you know, some bacon and cheese melted on a sandwich. Mm-hmm. You can appease the adults looking for something a little bit more gourmet and use a lot more different variety of cheeses.
A gourmet grilled cheese sandwich.
Yes, the fillings, you can infuse different cultures into it too. So it's fun. You can just play around and kind of get a little bit of everything.
All right, we're going to create here so we can show how easy it is because there's a couple of tricks. You might have been doing it at home and maybe your grilled cheese sandwiches come out, but you have some tricks you want to show people, right?
I have a few tricks, I do.
Okay, so what are we going to start with?
First, you want to make sure you have a good bread. So we are using Sara Lee Artisanal. It's a thicker bread, which is super nice. Okay,
let's see. I'm going to grab the package here so you guys can see what to look for in the stores. There it is. Really easy to find this, so check that out. So it looks awesome. I'll tell you, let's just go right there.
It's delicious.
Okay, yeah, Sara Lee, what great product Sara Lee has.
Yes,
yeah.
And we like this bread because it is thicker, so it can hold up to those adventurous grilled cheesers.
So it's not going to leak through.
Right, and the bread's not going to fall apart, you know. Thinner breads are okay if you're just going to go with the basic, some cheese. Yeah. But we like to kind of load ours up.
Exactly. So. You want to stuff your grilled cheese sandwich, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We like to do that.
Okay.
So the one we're going to start with is the Toast Hawaii, which is on our regular menu at Melts. It's composed of...
And by the way, that's the name for it. That's the short name. Melts.
Yes.
Melts. Okay.
Melts.
At Melts, okay.
American cheese, pineapple, and Canadian bacon.
Really?
And we actually cure our own Canadian bacon, but you can go to the store and buy it, of course, because
they'll probably be around.
Yes,
okay.
People don't want to do it themselves, or you can substitute ham. You could substitute bacon if you wanted, but you get that sweet and salty, and it's super refreshing for the summer.
You got heat. This is heated up already. Heat. Okay, so what's the first thing we do?
I throw on my pineapple because
right on the grill like that, in the pan. All right.
You want to get a nice little caramelization of that sugar.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, and I always like to heat my meat up a little bit because you want.
See, there's a trick for you right there, right off the bat, because some people are making grilled cheese sandwiches at home. They put the cheese on there, put the meat in the middle, and they try to melt everything.
Right.
And it doesn't
go all the way through.
Doesn't go all the way through.
No, you want to get nice meat.
Now you're using melted butter, it looks like.
Melted butter is the best. You're not gonna ruin your bread while you're trying to spread it on, and the more the merrier. Get a nice crispy. And then I do flip those. Okay. And you want to warm up your pineapple too, because otherwise you're going to have cold pineapple.
Exactly. You're going to bite into it and go, oh, what's wrong with this? And
right.
Just regular American cheese, it looks like.
Just plain old American cheese. And one thing I do while I'm heating it up, I have a cover like this. Any skillet cover will work.
And are you covering up the bread?
Covering up the bread, covering up the cheese.
To get the convection.
And it will start melting. If you have a harder cheese especially.
Like what kind of cheese?
Pepper jacks are a little bit harder to melt.
Yeah, they are. Crumbly, yep.
Cheddars are a little bit harder to melt. They just sit there and don't want to go. But you get this radiant heat. All that heat under the cover will get that cheese nice and gooey.
All right, so, that's what you want. That's the goal.
Yes, and also when you have all the heated meats. So. And low and slow is the way to go on these things.
So then you're just going to layer the meat.
I layer it all up.
On top of the cheese. And then throw your
on our pineapple.
And you really got nice and thick there, don't you?
Oh, yes. And then I always throw my cheese on top just to keep it going. You might want to turn that up a little. but you want it nice and slow. If you have it too hot, it's gonna burn.
Okay, now what about the other side of the grilled cheese sandwich? Is this an open face?
No, it's
closed? Okay.
Yes, we gotta have them closed.
Okay.
You know, mobile food cart. We don't want too messy.
Okay.
But we just have our bread ready to start grilling, and usually I'm working and like making 10 other sandwiches
At the same time. What's the time period to make a single sandwich?
Depending on how ready we are and the grill, about 5 minutes maybe.
That's not too long.
No, not at all. And because you want to get that nice kind of golden crispy look to it, so that's why you want to keep it on a lower heat. If you don't, your bread burns and your cheese isn't melted, your meat's not
no matter how
warmed
much
up.
you scrape off burnt bread, it still doesn't taste good.
No,
Okay.
and it's,
okay.
I mean, some people like the burnt, but I want the golden.
There you go. All right, so we have that. So we'll finish this sandwich up here in a little bit, and just real fast, we'll just we'll start the beginnings of the second sandwich here.
Yes.
Okay.
So this one is called our Sky
Smells
City,
amazing.
and it's our take on a surf and turf.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right, so you got the buttered bread
Yep.
again with the melt. And then what kind of cheese is that?
This is Munster cheese.
Okay.
And so actually both of them will fit under that. And you can cover.
Okay, so you got Munster cheese that's melting.
Yes. Then we take pastrami that we also cure in our.
Pastrami, Jackie.
Yes.
How about that?
I'm a classic. I'd just give me some bread and cheese and butter and maybe I'd throw a pickle
But I
on there
think
and I'm good to go. But I love how you're incorporating it and making him a little more
Right.
gourmet, as you said, and fancy.
So it's funny because a survey was done and people tend to fall in two different groups. A traditionalist,
Right.
that's bread and cheese.
Okay.
That's me.
And the adventurous who want it filled up.
Jalapenos and pepperoni on mine.
Load it
so
up
like-
on
there you
there.
go.
Really quickly, what's in the seafood mixture that you're putting on there?
So it's a crab salad,
Okay.
and it's crab, finely diced onion, finely diced celery, finely diced garlic clove, a full lemon zest, and a
Unbelievable.
little bit
Like-
of Tabasco and Worcestershire.
Okay,
Is there a place to go if people want more information on the recipes they can do for these great
We
sandwiches?
have them on our website at
Perfect.
www.meltwithoutborders.com.
Lou, why don't you try and take one of these seafood concoctions? I'm going to try the first one you put together. Pineapple, unbelievable ideas.
Because you just layer the seafood concoction on top of the Munster cheese
On
here,
top of
and
the
then you're laying the
Munster, yes.
heated pastrami.
It's
Yes.
National Grilled Cheese Month, so we're just going to keep celebrating the rest of this morning and all month long. Thank you so much for joining
No
us. We're going to keep
problem.
making some sandwiches. Great ideas. Give them a try on a kind of a dreary day like today. Why not buy some Sara Lee bread and make one of your own gourmet
The
sandwiches?
Sara Lee bread, that's the key to
Yes.
making this sandwich good, isn't it?
Meltwithoutborders.com
Yes,
or
or else it will fall
SaraLeeBread.com for more details, folks. We'll be right back. You're watching CW Iowa Live on a very tasty Wednesday morning on KCWI Channel 23.